Welcome back to the Spartan Math Library. We've been working a lot in class recently with problems where students are getting money for a walkathon. They've gone out and got pledges from people, and we've been creating tables and graphs and then working on equations to show that information. A lot of you have been struggling with how to actually take the information from the table or the graph and create the equation that shows for any, in this situation, for any number of kilometers walked, how much money will I raise. So we're going to talk about that today. We'll get into how to do that from the graph at another time. The first problem we talked about had three students, Alana, Gilberto, and Leanne, and those students went out and got pledges. So Alana, we said, got $5 up front and then 50 cents per kilometer. So as you can see over here, for the first row up here for 0 kilometers, she got $5. And then as you can see, it's going up every kilometer that she walks by 50 cents. We've got Gilberto, who started out with $0, so he didn't get any money up front, but he got $2 every kilometer after that. So the table goes up by 2. And Leanne got a pledge right up front, got a $10 pledge up front, but she didn't get any money per kilometer. So her amount of money stays at $10 for the whole thing. So what we need to do now, first off, is figure out what are we trying to solve for. So what we're trying to figure out is how much money will each of these students get depending on how many kilometers they walk. So we're going to set up the central question. So in this situation, I want to know how much pledge money they get. So I'm going to call that P, and I'm going to write a little key down here. P is equal to the pledge money. That way when people are looking at this, they'll be able to figure out what exactly it is I've tried. So I'm going to say P is equal to some combination of numbers and variables. Like I said over here, let's start over here with Alana. We said that she gets $5 right off the bat. So the person who's sponsoring her gives her a $5 bill. She hasn't walked any kilometers yet. They just hand it to her on the front porch. So she gets that right up front. We say that she gets $5 plus she gets an additional 50 cents per kilometer. So as again, if you look at the table, it goes up by 50 cents each time. So I'm going to show that by multiplying 5/10, which is equivalent to 1/2 of a dollar, so 50 cents. If you want, you could even put 0.50. And then we're going to multiply that by the number of kilometers walked. So down here I'm going to put a K, and I'm going to say that that is equal to the kilometers walked. So that's my equation for Alana. If I substitute a number over here, let's say I substituted 4 kilometers. So I'm going to say P is equal to 5 plus 5/10 times 4. And 5/10 times 4, of course, is 2. So we got P is equal to 5 plus 2, which is 7. So if you look over here at 4 kilometers, she gets $7. So that's correct. Gilberto, we said, didn't get any money. So for his, we're going to say right off the bat, his pledge money, he doesn't get any money to start with, so I don't need to put anything there, but he does get $2 per kilometer. So again, if I used the situation with 4 kilometers, I can say that his pledge money is equal to 2 times 4, so $2 per 4 kilometers. 2 times 4 is 8, and at 4 kilometers, he does get $8 over here. So we know that that's a correct statement. And the weird one is Leanne. She just got $10, so her equation is going to be P equals 10. So in this situation, there's really nothing that we can check that with. She gets $10 no matter what. She could not walk the walkathon and she would get $10. She could walk further than anybody else. She would only get $10. So in each of these situations, we started out with how much money did they start with, and then how much money did they get each kilometer, and we multiplied that by how many kilometers they walked. The situation that we've got a little further down the page over here talks about after they've got the money for the pledges and they've created a class library. They're withdrawing $12 per week. If you look down here, every week it goes down $12. So they're taking that money out and they were donating it to a school. I'm sorry, a hospital, children's hospital for books. So in this situation, we wanted to figure out again, how much money do they have in their account? So for this case, I would use A for account. So A down here is going to be in my key, the money in the account. And that is going to be equal to, again, just like up above, we said what is our starting amount? In this case, we started the time frame off with $144, so that was our beginning amount. To that, then we said, okay, they're going to lose $12 a week, so I'm going to show that loss of $12 as a minus 12, and then we need to figure out how many times do we need to subtract that 12 from the total. So I'm going to multiply that by the number of weeks that have passed. So down here I'm going to say W is equal to weeks. So just to check this out, let's say that it's week number 5, and we want to check to see how much money there is in the bank account. So I'm going to say the amount of money is equal to 144 minus 12 times 5. I know that 12 times 5 is 60, so I do the 144 minus 60, and that actually ends up equaling 84. And looking down here, I got week number 5. If I look on to the right, the amount of money is 84, so that was correct. And doing the same thing over here with the last problem, that's the other classroom, Mr. Mammer's classroom. To find out the amount of money they have, I would start out here with $100, so that's my starting amount. And if you look at the table, every week it goes from 10 to 90, 90 to 80, so they're taking $10 out every week. So I'm going to multiply that 10 times the number of weeks. And again, let's choose 3. So for my example, I'm going to choose 3 to check whether or not my equation is correct. So we've got the amount of money is equal to $100 minus $10 per week times 3 weeks. And 10 times 3 is 30. 100 minus 30 is equal to 70. And at week 3, it was $70. So in all these situations, the information that we needed was, first off, did we have a starting amount? What was our weekly change, or what was our change per kilometer? So what's the ongoing change? And what is causing that change? So in the first problem, it was the amount of kilometers walked, and in the last 2 problems, it was the number of weeks that have passed. So hopefully that will help you work on creating formulas. If you have any other questions, please check out the Edmodo site, and hopefully you can get some help there if I haven't answered everything for you. Thanks.